Hello, Mama Tropa.
I'm Nessel.
And I'm Dylan. Welcome to our vlog!
So our vlog for today will be how we met each other. Am I right?
You are right. So, we actually met on a very popular dating app called Tinder! Yeah, we both had failed attempts at the app, and we met just one day. I think I might have had the advanced version. I was desperate. But then I met this girl, and we started talking, and in our previous videos we talked about popcorn, I believe, but if not, like I used my little silly jokes about how she told me she was a cook, and I was like, well, I can pop popcorn really well, and she was like, oh my gosh, you're so funny. And I was like, yes! So, I already knew I was doing well.
And also, when I was reviewing his profile, I saw Sadie on his pictures, and I was like, oh my god, he has a dog! He has a beautiful German Shepherd! And I love dogs! And I'm very happy we matched. And then he immediately messaged me after we matched on Tinder.
Right away. And by the way, the dog thing, that's on purpose.
Oh, kawaii!
Having a dog in my main photo gets me like double the matches. Most of them were awful. But anyway, I swiped right on her and we matched like that. So I was super excited. And I messaged her right away. I think I said like,
hey, how are you?
Yeah, hey, how are you? You know, the basic opener. And she surprisingly responded to me right away, which is not normal for somebody like me. And, you know, we started talking, we were having a good conversation, and then she had to go to bed, because soon after that I learned that she had a job where she was working like 60 to 80 hours a week. So for the first couple weeks of us talking, it was maybe a couple minutes here and there, because I would balance between my job and hers, and, you know, tell her like, I hope you have a good day at work, you know, being a little, well, I mean, I was just trying to be sweet, and I really meant it. So we were talking for maybe a week and a half before we went on our first date.
Yes, because I work like 6 days in a week, and my schedule is very
Packed.
Yeah, we were planning to see each other on weekends, but it's hard for me to get a day off on weekends. But my husband did a lot of effort just to see me, and on our conversation I said like, I am a shy person and I don't talk too much, so
she was actually afraid to meet me in person because she said her English was not good. Yeah, she was worried about how she would speak English in front of me, and I told her, don't worry about it. Like it's not a big deal. You speak English fine, because she could make sentences and I understood them. So even if she couldn't speak English that quickly, I knew we could make it work because I really wanted to meet her. She was really sweet, and she still is very sweet. I'm saying that I'm trying to think about from my mind at that moment, because like I couldn't believe it. It was this beautiful girl. She seemed very interested in me. She was really nice, and she had talent. She is an amazing cook. She's a singer, and she actually sent me a video of her singing, and I actually showed my friend at the time, and I was like, oh my goodness, Cody, he was in our previous video. I was like, listen to this. He was like, what? Because here's a fun fact. Right after I matched with her, he also saw her profile on Tinder and swiped left because he's my friend. So, because he saw how excited I was. Said she was too busy, she didn't know if she was going to be able to go on a date with me, and I learned later she was talking to a couple other people on Tinder. But she chose me, and then one day after she got off, well, a couple days before, she said that we could go out one night after she got off work.
yes.
Oh, another thing. When we started talking, she said that she lives too far away from me because I lived about 30 minutes away with no traffic.
45?
Yeah, it's 30 minutes with no traffic, about 45 normally. And I was like, are you crazy? Like, no, this is fine. So
I know, right? It's the sweetest. Like, he will do the effort to see me.
May 19th was the day she agreed to go on a date with me. I met her at her place she was renting after she got off work, and she got home around 11 p.m. I think, so pretty late. It was a weekend though, and I don't think I had to work the next day, so I drove the 40 minutes to get there. And when I finally got to her place, I started to notice it was in the ghetto.
It's not ghetto.
In America, it is ghetto. It was very dark alleys with like trash all over the place in the corners, like lawns that weren't mowed, like shady people walking around. And it was this really dark street connected to like 3 other dark streets, and it was like no people around that looked trustworthy. So I pull up to the driveway, the house is completely dark, no lights, and I am messaging her and she says she's on her way home from work. And I started to think at that moment, maybe she's not real. Maybe I'm been tricked and I'm about to be mugged and somebody's gonna steal my wallet and beat me up. So I messaged my friend immediately and I said, look Jeff, if I don't message you back in like an hour, this is the address of where I was last at. And if you don't hear from me, you know, call the police because I'm probably missing. And well, thankfully, I'm waiting, and this little woman, comes around my car, and I see her in her little white chef uniform, and my heart melted. And at the same time, I was like, okay, maybe she's teaming up with somebody, and they're gonna mug me. Because I didn't even see her get out of a car. She just showed up. But I saw the chef uniform, so I was like, okay, she's probably real. And I opened up the car, and I stood up, and I was a lot taller than her, and she's beautiful. And the first thing she said, I think, was, wow, you're so tall.
And I was like, oh my god, you are so tall.
That's what it was.
I was with my backpack, wearing my
oh yeah, she
chef
had a cute
uniform.
little backpack.
I was doing this like, oh my god, you're so tall.
And for the record, I am only 5'9". In America, that is the exact average height. I have never been called tall by a date or anyone. Actually, in middle school, I was called short. So when she said that, I was like, oh yes, I love her already. And I think we hugged, and you said you wanted to go change. You wanted to get into some clothes because it was late and she just got off work. Smelled like the kitchen. Doesn't bother me.
What it bothers me as a girl going on a date where smelled like a kitchen.
Well, it just shows me that you work hard.
Oh.
And you still took the time to spend time with me, even with your crazy schedule. So anyway, you got changed. We got into my car, and the only place that was open near her house was, at that time, was a pub. It was actually
and it's called the pub.
Yeah, it was called the pub. We've only been there that one time. We need to go back.
Yeah.
But it's like 45 minutes away from where we live. And when she got into my car, I think I showed her a photo of my dog right away.
Yes.
Because she looked at my phone and she went, because her accent was a lot stronger then. She's learned a lot more English. She's learned a lot of our sayings and how to pronounce things differently.
The accent, the pronunciation, my husband taught me.
Some of it may be wrong, but I'm only telling her what I think I know. Anyway, the next thing that melted my heart, we were in the car and I showed her a photo of my dog Sadie, and she went, because she already knew Sadie. She saw photos of Sadie and she loved her. She already said that's one of the reasons she swiped right. She went, ooh, Sadie. And I was like, oh, no, it's Sadie. She's like, oh, Sadie, sorry. We went to the pub. Oh, she heard her name being called. Come here.
Yeah.
Come on. Yes, you're a matchmaker.
Yes.
You're a matchmaker. Oh, yes.
You're a cute baba.
So we went to the pub, and I asked her, because I was going to buy her a drink, and she said she didn't want anything like alcoholic beverage. And I like to enjoy a beverage, you know, when I go out and stuff. So when she said that, I was like, oh, okay. So I went up to the bar and I was like, I'll take a Coke. Hey, I'm actually wearing the Coke shirt. I honestly didn't plan that. I got a Coke and we went back to the table. She was really worried about talking to me still. She was a little shy at first, but we started opening up and we both don't really remember most of the things we said, but we talked for like an hour and a half, right?
Yes.
Like an hour and a half. Actually, we got so into conversation, I forgot to tell my friend Jeff that I was okay. And he was texting my phone a lot, like, Dylan, are you okay? Dylan, message me back. I completely forgot because I was just mesmerized by this girl here. Thankfully, though, I did get a hold of him before he called the police, so everything was good there. I told him I had a great night. We were talking, having a great time, and she, you know, started to get tired after a while because I was on a different sleep schedule, but she worked like crazy. So I ended up taking her home after about an hour and a half, and I think I dropped you off, and on the way home, or right when I got back home, I texted you asking if you would like to go out again.
Yes.
Because I had a really good time.
Yes, and then when he asked me again to go out with him, I was like rolling on my bed. Very happy that he asked me again because I was scared, like maybe he got turned off at me, blah blah blah, because, you know.
See, I thought that maybe you wouldn't want to go out with me because on the way home I was just thinking like, man, she's amazing. And I know this is going to sound sappy, but I've never been out with somebody that genuine and kind. And I was just really hoping that she would want to go out with me again. And after I asked her, I think immediately she was like, yes! Exclamation point. And I was like, I was all excited. We were both like little schoolgirls, like,
I feel like I am in high school.
yeah.
Because to be honest, guys, when I was in the Philippines, I didn't feel like I'm beautiful like other girls, you know. Because in my country, I'm just like a normal girl.
Nope.
And when
I disagree.
yeah, and when he met me, he told me that I am very beautiful, and it makes me feel like loved immediately, like quickly. Aww. I love you.
Ow, your glasses hurt.
Sorry. Hey.
Okay, I love you.
Oh my God. Naiiyak yung asawa ko.
No,
Hey.
I'm good. I'm good.
You're right.
Yep.
So, yeah, I asked God for a sign, and then God sent me immediately a sign that, hey, Nessa, you should go on a date with this guy because this guy is a very nice man, and you guys will be, you know, like click.
And we did.
And we did. Now I'm married to him.
You're married here.
We're
Nice.
already a year and 4 months married.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Both of us feel in a good way that it feels like we've been together for a long time because we know each other so well and we've grown a lot. We've been through a lot.
We gained so much weight.
We've gained some weight. Yeah, that's okay though. That's love. That's love weight.
It means we're taking good care of each other.
And actually, when we were dating, I did learn that she was on a temporary work visa. And after our first date, honestly, I was a little heartbroken after she said she wanted to go out with me again because I didn't want to lose her. So,
Hey.
yeah. We went out on a couple more dates and it got stronger and stronger, and we were dating, a couple months, and I decided that I wanted her to go to Pennsylvania with me. So...
And I'm very excited to go to Pennsylvania to see our family. And
yeah, I wanted to fly her up there and meet some of my family, including my mom. And we flew up there, had an amazing time, showed her around the town that I grew up in when I was younger. And I just knew that, you know, I didn't want to let go of this girl.
And I told him, hey, I'm not dating you because of green card. If I need to go home, I will go home to the Philippines. And I just don't want people to think that I was just dating you because of I want to stay here in America.
She actually wanted to go home. You were not planning on getting married just so you could stay in America, because she said that she made it very clear to me that she was going to go home. And with that knowledge, I prepared myself, and you know, we kept dating. Obviously, things were going great, and I had already made the decision. I didn't tell her yet that when she goes back to the Philippines, because we filed for an extension on her visa for a tourist visa, and I was going to let her stay with me for like an extra month, and we were going to spend time together because I didn't want her to go back yet. And I decided, I talked to my dad and my mom, and they already met her, and I said, you know, I'm going to move to the Philippines if she can't stay. I want to be with her. You know, I don't want to rush into a marriage, but I don't want to leave her, and I don't want to. We already agreed, no marriage for green card, and we didn't want to do that. Well, I talked to my dad about this a lot too, and he finally told me, he's like, son, if you're willing to move halfway across the world for this woman and leave your whole life behind, don't you think that you're ready to marry her? And I said, well, yeah, you got a good point. I thought about it more, and then we went back to Pennsylvania around Christmas time, and I showed her snow for the first time, walked around my hometown with snow. We went out to Chinese. We walked around town, and it started snowing nice. And right in a patch of grass by a McDonald's I used to go to all the time when I was a kid, next to the bridge, she kept asking me what was wrong because I seemed really nervous.
Yes! I thought I did something wrong because he looks like very sad, almost crying. And
I wasn't
like, hey.
sad, I was like excited and nervous.
I was like, we're having a good time. Like, we went to a Chinese buffet, we walked around, he showed me the beautiful town of Pennsylvania, Titusville, Pennsylvania, on our mom's place. And I was like, what is wrong? Why he looks... Hey! I was like, hey, are you okay? I was really worried. I'm panicking. So...
I kept hugging her and telling her everything was fine. And finally, I got the courage. I got down on one knee in the snow, and she immediately started crying.
Oh my god, I cried like a baby.
Yeah. What did I say?
Baby, I love you. Like you keep saying.
I kept saying I love you. I love you.
I love you.
And you said you love me too, and I said, well, and I got down on one knee and I said, then will you marry me?
I was like, yes, and then crying like, oh my god, like very loud.
She started crying so loud, I had to tell her, like, hey, you gotta calm down a little bit. People are gonna think I'm hurting you, because it was like, woo, I was like, there's people around. But she calmed down, and my mom already knew I was planning on doing it because she didn't know. For a couple weeks beforehand, I had told myself, you know, when we go to Pennsylvania, if it snows, I want to take her on a walk and I want to propose to her. And I got back and my mom already knew what I was going to do because I said, hey mom, we're going to go for a walk. And she's like, okay. And then we got married shortly after that, had to deal with a bunch of the lawyer stuff, but that was a long thing.
Journey.
Yeah, long journey, a lot of money, but we were very blessed. We knew very good people, very good in their field, very kind. Yes.
God is guiding us all the way.
Definitely. And we extremely blessed. We had just the best people to help us out. We even got a discount because the guy liked us so much and he thought we were so genuine. So after a long battle, she finally got her work permit. Because she had to stay in the house for almost a year.
More than a year, babe.
More than a year. She wasn't allowed to work. She was going crazy because she's used to working 80-hour weeks.
Oh my god, I can't stay at home.
You got a busy body. You like to work.
Yes.
So yeah, we continued to grow together, went through a lot. She met more of my family. By the way, they all adore her.
And my family loves him so much. They can't wait to meet him in person.
I haven't gone to the Philippines yet, but I plan on doing it as soon as I can. You know, with everything going on right now, I'm doing a career change, about to go to school. So, yeah, wish me luck. But yeah, it's been great. And another thing, when my parents both met her and my dad both basically said, you would be dumb if you didn't stay with this girl.
I'm gonna cry again.
Yeah, and my dad even said, if I ever hurt this girl emotionally, he will come after me. Because to my mom and my father, who live in different states, she's like a daughter to them. They treat her just like a daughter, and they love her. My whole family loves her.
I love them so much.
Come here.
I love you.
Love you too. Mahal kita, sobrang sobra.
Leaking.
There we go.
Yeah, I love you guys so much. Mom, dad, his siblings, all the family.
I love all of my new family
Aunts,
as well.
uncles.
I love all you guys, even though I've never met you in person, and I can't wait to meet you. Try some of that good Filipino food.
Yeah.
No balut. But I'm excited. We'll hang out, have some food, have a drink together, and
Karaoke.
and learn stories and learn things about each other.
Yes.
Well, that is, long story short, believe it or not, our love story. So we hope you guys enjoyed, and
We hope to see you guys on our next vlog.
absolutely. And if you have any recommendations, just leave them in the comments below. We love you guys, and have a blessed day.
Bye!
Please like,
Comment.
and subscribe.
Thank you.